Hello, everybody. It's the coach. This is Madden 20 on EA Sports. Up next, we've got what ought to be a great matchup between the Green Bay Packers and the Detroit Lions. With that, let's head inside to Ford Field in Detroit. We're standing by are the two men who will bring you this one, Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
Well, Coach, the seating capacity is 65,000 at Ford Field, and we are right around that number today. A good crowd on hand and seemingly ready to go in the Motor City. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Green Bay Packers and the Detroit Lions. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at this Lions team entering play. And losers their last time out, so they'll look to make amends here.
And one of the best ways you can do that is to be at home, and they are. They're going to try and ride that home crowd and that wave of emotion to a victory in this one.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Packers, they come in feeling good after back-to-back victories.
And going back through the tape, I thought they looked pretty good last week. It was a solid win, a comprehensive win.
Here we go. The final week of the NFL season. Week 17 is underway. This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25. So here comes the Packers offense now onto the field. They'll be led out by the former Cal Bear, Aaron Rodgers.
I like this guy, and the reason I do, he tends to stay on an even keel. Doesn't let too much ruffle him. He will manage the game the way it needs to be managed, take what the defense gives him, and then he can strike at times. Had a touchdown pass. Yes, he had an interception last week, but he found a way for his team to win.
Now a play fake here on first down, and incomplete to open things up. Quickly now, here's a look at the Green Bay offense.
And this offensive line, they're going to have to be a lot better than they were right there. We certainly won't measure them just by one play. But they definitely got a big challenge ahead of them in this one because this defense, they love to run blitz, and they clog up the running lanes.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Rodgers, 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. Time for a look at our starters here on defense. They've been pretty solid against the pass, toward the middle of the pack, number 14 in the NFL.
And while teams don't like to talk about it, they're pretty proud of their rankings. But this ranking is going to be put to the test today because they're going up against a top 5 passing offense in this one.
This defense looking for an early stop. This is 3rd down and 6. From the gun, it's Rodgers. And that is incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
A big kick that time, 52 yards. And the Lions will take over. So here are the Lions now coming out for their opening drive. They'll be led out by a former Pro Bowl quarterback out of the University of Georgia, Matthew Stafford.
He had the numbers of a game last week that if you win, you talk about him being a gritty guy, managing the game, getting it done. But they lost. So obviously 2 interceptions, 1 touchdown pass, that's not going to be good enough. Got to get that changed around.
A running play here on 1st down is going to go nowhere as he is tackled behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Stafford dumping it off for Johnson. It'll be a gain of 8 yards, and it'll be 3rd down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there was a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Illegal block in the back. Return team.
So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. Rodgers will break the huddle and bring the pack up 1st and 10 at their own 15. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Bud Dupree in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. They were able to win last week despite him being sacked 4 times. They might need to tighten the reins a little bit, or this one may not end in another victory.
You're right about that. They can't count on just winning the game no matter what happens. They can't let the accumulation of hits and harassment in the pocket get to their quarterback. Got to stop that, give him clean lanes to throw the football in order to have a better chance to win again this week.
Let him know, let him know.
From the gun on 3rd down, Rodgers firing quickly here, and that's complete. 70th catch for him on the year, and like so many others, this goes for a 1st down. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
Here's a throw right side, taken in by his tight end. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Boy, he ran free there after the catch as that winds up going for 38.
I can hear the film session right now. I can hear the coach saying to his team, guys, how does a guy that big get that open?
Yeah, that's what I was wondering. Imagine him as a kid, just trying to play hide and seek.
No chance.
No chance. He goes to hide behind the skinny tree. You see the front, the back, the top. Good luck.
Yeah, you see him. You don't see the tree.
Going to give this time to the tailback. And I think we've got a hold here. It's a 5-yard pickup for the moment. Let's see what our referee says. So some holding over on the left side of that O-line.
And I know for the guys trying to move those big defensive people, they'd love for them to stay in one spot. But they move around so quick and so fast that sometimes you just have to grab them.
And a pretty good run there as he gets 7 down to the 33. Now a handoff looking right. Down to the 30 after a gain of 3. 7th play of the drive forthcoming on 3rd and 8.
Hey, D-line, let's get in there. Let's get in there.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. Damon Harrison able to record his 5th sack of the season. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
An update from that game going on in the Meadowlands. It's the Chargers out to an early lead. We'll keep you updated on that one as it progresses. So a favorable bounce that time, to say the least, and he's able to convert the field goal there from long distance.
Yeah, the guys behind the end zone didn't need to hike the net up for this one. That thing was a dying quail, but he finds a way to boink it off the crossbar and make it drop through.
This will be taken in at the 1. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And partner, let me make a quick pivot here. Season winding down. They're number 32 in offense this year. The last in the league. Where did they go?
Anywhere and everywhere, but they have to do it with a plan. And I think about Atlanta a bunch of years ago. They decided they wanted to get what they thought was going to be a franchise quarterback, and indeed he is, Matt Ryan. But they had to supplement it. They went free agency, got a running back, came back and traded back into the first round in the same draft to get a left tackle to protect him. Really supplemented that pick, complemented that pick, and went to the playoffs the very next year.
Well, maybe they can use that and carbon copy it. It'll be a loss of 1, and it's going to be 3rd down and a ways to go here, 3rd and 14. They've had touchdowns on both of their drives thus far, but now they face a 3rd and long. This is Johnson. He's got it. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards.
Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. Hey, we heavy on the edges, heavy on the edges.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And the pressure will get to him. He goes down. Now there is a flag on the play, but this looks like holding on the offense. In for the sack, Deion Jones. So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. From the gun, here's Stafford. Looking here for Smith downfield. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. And the big boys up front in the trenches, what do you think of the O-line, Charles?
I love them because this is a group that's so cohesive. They know what the man next to them is going to do at all times, and they operate as a terrific unit.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Stafford, and this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. We'll take a look at the starters here defensively for the Packers. They put together a strong effort last week in the win over the Bears, CD.
Have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw. They ended up getting 4 sacks in the game, stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire time, made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield.
And that's what they told us this week, that pressure on the QB is key. Here's Stafford, and that is incomplete. And this passing game's whole offense really didn't show up in the loss last week, and it hasn't started all that great here either.
Yeah, and they can't let that incompletion become an uh-oh moment. Like, oh boy, here we go again, just like last week. Each game is its own entity, treated as such.
And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down. The numbers for him from a week ago: 18 carries, 68 yards, and a touchdown.
They've won 2 straight games, and they've done it with the running game as the focal point of their offense. So in this contest, I don't think about doing anything else. I continue to ride the hot hand that I've established and lead with the runners. Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. On 3rd and long, it's Rodgers. Looking deep for Adams. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Let's go, boys. Bring it up.
And Detroit getting set to go now. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines, What do we need to do to pick up a first down and change our momentum?
So they'll take the yardage and tack on 15 more for the face mask.
Talk about a play that absolutely costs you in the end. Just trying to do your job, right? Trying to get him on the ground. Next thing you know, they march off another 15 against your squad.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. It's a gain of 10 for the Lions and a first down. I don't know what this says about me, but I love successful runs up the middle when the blocking is so well executed like that.
And it doesn't matter whether it's zone blocking, whether it's a power scheme. When you have a blocker on a defender and then the running back can read it, find the proper hole, and just go, it's sometimes a thing of beauty.
Josh Jackson, the former Iowa Hawkeye, made the play defensively. From the 41, Stafford.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
He finds his man Johnson. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 21.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
On the ground, this is Johnson. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. On 2nd down, Johnson. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. The 2nd down play results in a loss of 2 yards. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
Oh, you got deep?
3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. The Lions on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. A shotgun snap for Stafford. Oh, he may have gotten lucky. Tried to dump it off underneath on the check down. Nearly picked. Instead, it's incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight. Unable to find anyone open.
Tavecchio puts this one through, and that will tie us at 3-3. So 3 drives now for this offense, and that field goal gives them their first 3 points.
So if you're an offensive coordinator and you're averaging a point a drive, you're in the wrong line of work, aren't you? You got to find a way to unlock the key to these defenses and put some big points on the board.
And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
It's a gain of 12, and the Packers have the first. They go play action here on 1st down. Pass hauled in by the 6'4" tight end Sternberger. And all the way down to the 22-yard line. It's a big play that time for the Packers. 41 yards.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big gain. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete. So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. To throw again, Rodgers. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Now Rodgers. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
The kick by Elliott is good. And they will take the lead here in this battle of field goals. It's 6-3. So we're trading first-half field goals. No breakthrough on the touchdown front. Got a 6-3 game.
Yeah, and I know so many people look at a game through offensive eyes, right? They want to see how the game's played that way. You know how I'm going to view it, right? The defenses, to me, have responded well in this game. Like what I'm seeing from them, both of them hoping to keep it to field goals and not give up big touchdowns.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. Open man is Galladay, complete. The Lions on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. They'll try and run for it. Here's Johnson. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Stafford. Catch is made by Hockenson, the tight end. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. They'll run it with Johnson. And very little daylight there. He'll get a couple up to the 44.
Mike's 50, Mike's 50. Come on, D.
Now Stafford. And this is going to be incomplete. Boy, the numbers throwing the football just not trending in the right direction. Last week he was under 50%. He's under 50% again here.
And we haven't gotten an announcement, but it appears to me that he might be a little dinged up and is just trying to play through. You know, he's one of those tough guys that wants to answer the bell each and every play for his team. That might be throwing off his accuracy.
The Packers offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
From the 22, here's 2nd and 8. Going to give this time to the tailback. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a 3rd and about 4 more for a 1st. From the gun on 3rd down, Rodgers throwing right, and that's complete. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. Give him 15 there, and the Packers have a 1st. Rodgers now on 1st down. He's going to find his tight end, Boyle. Second and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down.
We got 3, fellas. We got 3.
Now they try the right side here. And no room to maneuver there. Give him a yard up to the 47. They follow up the gain of 5 by only getting 1 there on 2nd down. To throw is Rodgers from the gun on 3rd down. And he will find his man on the end route. Complete. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues. Rodgers will bring him up to the line, 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. Now Rodgers. He gets this to Davante Adams. And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Now Rodgers on the bootleg. His throw incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage.
I apologize in advance, partner, but the beefeaters on the interior of this D-line, you just know they were licking their chops on 3rd and short. And yes, they were rewarded with a tasty dish, stuffing that one short of a first down.
Well, we got beef eaters licking their chops and tasty dish in one fell swoop.
I did apologize in advance, didn't I?
Yeah, you did. That line's not eating tofu, I'll tell you that much for free. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now, seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny? When we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
Stafford and the Lions now have it 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. And they'll start the drive on the ground with Johnson. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And that'll make it 2nd and 12. Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, because they bring in your tight end, keep him in. Your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance.
Complete. It's Johnson. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 14 and a first down for Detroit. Stafford now just 7 of 15 so far, but he's got a 1st and 10. Stafford going to give this one off to Johnson. And there just continues to be nowhere to run. He's bottled up again at the line of scrimmage.
53's the mic. 53. Check 53.
Throwing on 2nd down. Stafford, it's caught. Smith. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. The Lions on 3rd down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This will be 3rd and 6. To throw is Stafford. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th. So a couple of first downs on this drive, but it's looking like another empty possession.
And those empty possessions are certainly starting to pile up. So the adjustments that teams talk about all the time have to be taking place. They've got to analyze what's breaking down and figure a way to fix it.
Let's go, baby.
And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see.
Encroachment, defense.
A little eager there coming in from his outside linebacker position.
You think the hard count got him there?
Yes.
And maybe that extra you know, that extra emphasis on it got him to jump, and they picked up 5 yards.
So a 1st and 5 now after the 5-yard penalty from the neutral zone infraction. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's got some space here. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 14 yards, good for a Packer first down. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. 8 more yards this time coming off back-to-back first down pickups. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Rodgers. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 26. Here's Rodgers to throw. Now look out. Rodgers lost the football.
On plays like this when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back because This is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. To throw, it's Rodgers. And that will be incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces fourth down.
Brandon, you're never quite sure what the side judge or the field judge is going to rule there. That was awfully close, but in the end, he says it passed over the 1-yard line, and that's where they're going to mark it out. I mean, you can see it right there, right? See him walking up the sideline? Told him to stop right there at the 1.
The Lions will use the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
Check 50, check 50.
On second down now, it's Johnson, and he'll just keep two hands on the football as he'll be taken down after a short pickup. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. They'd like to avoid punting from their own end zone so they could use something here on third down. Now Johnson, and he's able to get this up just shy of the 15. It's a gain of 10 for the Lions and a first down.
Yeah, they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
The first down carry here for Johnson. And this will go as a short gain on what will be the final act of this first half. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17 as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thank you very much. Happy New Year, everybody. Welcome into our EA Sports Halftime Report. A busy final day of the regular season, so let's get to it. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a defensive struggle. Which offense can break through in the second half? To find out, let's hand it over to our broadcast team of Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Lions offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3. And with the way this offense has played thus far, to be frank, they got to feel pretty grateful to be in the ball game.
I would agree with you totally, because they've done all of nothing offensively in this game, yet they still find themselves in a position on this drive where a touchdown can give them the lead. They need to take advantage of it.
Yeah, they're still looking for that first touchdown here in the third quarter. All they have so far, the field goal. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. It's a gain of 6, moves them to a manageable 3rd and 2 situation. On third down, Slade. And for the moment, this will be a first down. But we have a marker on the field. Let's see if this stands. That one whistled against a big right tackle.
You'd think being able to fire out and block it'd be a lot easier to not commit a holding penalty, but it's tough to keep those guys right in front, isn't it?
Throwing on third down, Stafford. And that's knocked away and incomplete. It appears they're going to come up empty on this first drive of the second half, still down by that slim margin.
Yeah, and that's okay. You know, when you sit and analyze it, they're not happy about what happened, having to go to the bench. But this gives them a chance to let their defense do some work while they on the sidelines go over what they're doing offensively and formulate a proper plan.
Number 12 back out there. Aaron and his Packer teammates set to begin their drive. He's playing pretty well. I don't think it's necessarily him changing up something he's doing, but that O-line, they've got to protect him better.
They do. They've got to make sure that they give him more than enough time in order to find targets downfield. And sometimes what happens when these things are going on is that the field general will step up and say, hey, that's on me, guys. I didn't get rid of it fast enough. Anything to try and relax them a little bit and take some pressure off, because they do know that they are trying.
Yeah, well, we've seen the 4 sacks so far in this contest. Throwing again on second down. Rodgers going right side here, and that's complete. 11 yards and a Green Bay Packer first down. They'll run it now out of the gun. A gain of 3, second down. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Here's Rodgers. Got his open man. It's Carr. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with the football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
And, Charles, this infraction is going to be against the offense. False start.
Sometimes you have to get up to the line of scrimmage, make sure your team is set before you begin your cadence.
It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up 2nd. Play action. Now it's Rodgers. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down. So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. To throw is Rodgers. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. Rodgers now to throw. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now since it's 4th down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. So making 4 out of 4 now in the field goal department, and he's able to extend their lead.
When drives are bogged down, he's been automatic out there. So nice to have a kicker you can count on to put points on the board.
Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. Here's the Detroit offense now as they head back out onto the field. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Here's Johnson. He's been busy this afternoon. And, oh, he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down.
Defense.
Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that would look pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
So the face mask, quite a blessing there as they'll start out of harm's way with a 1st and 10. Following the penalty, it's Johnson. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. After seeing that, maybe time to go back to some downfield throws here.
Yeah, anything. Change it up, because the teams that win, the best teams, they're the ones that make adjustments. Doesn't mean you can't come back to what you thought you could get done. Sometimes when you open things up a little bit, you can get back to what you wanted to do before.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Kenny Clark in there to get him. Sack number 14 for him on the year. Chalk that up as their first sack in this game, and they tallied 4 a week ago.
And probably not as much exultation in that sack as what took us so long. Because when you get 4 the previous week, you're counting on continuing that momentum. They didn't get that done in the first half of the game. Let's see now if they start to bring even more exotic pressure towards the quarterback.
Rodgers will bring the pack up with a 1st and 10 at the 20. A throw left side to start out. That's complete. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4. They'll come up 2nd and 6 now from the 24. Now whistles here, flag down. I think one of the Packer linemen was moving. And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves them back 5. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. Throwing now is Rodgers. Quick hitter here, it's complete. A good gain of 9 before he's brought down at the 28. To throw is Rodgers. Off the bootleg. And that is incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And out will come the offense as they take over. So out now come the Lions. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
It's a loss of 10 yards on the play. Now a play fake here on 1st down. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. Here's a 20th carry for Johnson, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. From the gun, here's Stafford. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down.
Well, we're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. And taken right at the 35. So a change of possession here on the punt. And it'll be Packer football here. 1st down and 10. The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
They'll run it now out of the gun.
Holding offense.
That hold coming from the middle of the line, the center.
And it's difficult for him because sometimes you've got people right over you, and as soon as you snap it, trying to get your hands up and block them, you can be a little bit late getting it done.
And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
Check curls, check curls, check curls.
On 3rd and long, it's Rodgers. And that is incomplete. Had to pass there, 3rd and long on your own side of the field. Just couldn't come up with anything.
That's why teams always talk about having to win the early downs, meaning you've got to gain yardage and set yourself up for 3rd and short, because when it's 3rd and long, the odds go down significantly trying to pick up the 1st down, even throwing the football.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
Now the Lions offense, they get ready to head back out there. If you're a fan of punting, and I know that not many people are, but this game kind of turning into one for you.
Well, it's okay if it's a skills contest, right? We're really into it then, but not during the course of an actual game. This has turned into a field position game, though. Sometimes a better punter may actually determine the outcome.
On 2nd down, it's Johnson, and he stopped immediately there. Call it no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now Stafford. And with a flag down, he goes down. So they're able to sack him. Now the penalty looks like it could be holding. Let's find out. So instead of giving them another 3rd down, they'll decline it, brings up 4th.
Now that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
And that's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Packers offense now heading back out onto the field. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage.
Leverage.
Big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. A throw over the middle, taken in. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain. It's caught here by Adams. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. Here's J.K. Scott now. He's been terrific so far. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Here's J.K. Scott now as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. And Detroit getting set to go now. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Back to throw, Stafford. And he fires one incomplete. Kenny Golladay, the intended receiver. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down. On 3rd down, Stafford. And he'll find Golladay, that's complete. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. They'll get 17 that time, and the Lions have a 1st down.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a 1-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. On 1st down, it's Stafford. Johnson's got it complete.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
Well, when you're leading in the fourth quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
Stafford going to get this one to Johnson. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
Offense.
So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. To the air again, Stafford. Oh, no, he lost the football. So it goes as a fumble, but the key thing, not a fumble loss.
Yeah, that stat's big, isn't it? I mean, I remember watching teams play. The ball might be on the ground a number of times during the game, but the other team doesn't get it. That's a huge difference in the ball game. And in this case, they were able to retain possession.
3rd and long, it's Stafford. A bullet throw, but incomplete. Looked like he had a couple of different options as far as who to throw to on that play. And who am I to say this, but I'm not sure he made the right decision.
Well, the window of opportunity is always going to be small in the NFL. That's why those quarterbacks who make quick decisions and have quick releases have the most success in this league.
And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
Give him 9 there on the first down completion. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 7 yards there and a first down. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down. Now a play fake. Rodgers. And his throw here's incomplete. So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. From the gun, it's Rodgers. Making the catch is Sternberger. And he'll only get this to the 47. He needed a few more yards to pick up the 1st. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. Stafford and the Lions now have it 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. Now Stafford, and nearly picked off there, and it would have been a great time for their first pick. Instead, it's 2nd down. On 2nd and 10, Stafford. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. They get 7 there on the screen. It'll set up a 3rd down. A 2nd down completion got him 7. Now here's 3rd and 3. Here's Stafford. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. And a nice job here to down this one right on the 5-yard line. Now, if you're a fan of punting, this game's for you. He's been out there quite a bit. That one, maybe his best yet.
Yeah, he certainly got his leg loose by now. It kind of reminds me of my college football coach, John Majors. He loved the punting game because he liked the positioning, the field position, and he loved to play defense.
Watch the out, watch the out. Check.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to take this up past the 10 to about the 11. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he makes it all the way down to the 31. And he will finally be wrestled down at the Lions' 31-yard line.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
So how about this for a change in field position? From inside the 10, here's first down on the other side of the field. Working from the gun, Rodgers. Pass hauled in by the 6'4" tight end Sternberger. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 13 yards, first down Packers. Into the red zone, it's Rodgers. Staying on his feet, and he's taken to the ground, but he was pulled down by the face mask. Here come the flags, and I believe this is going to be a first down. They're down here in the 4th, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration. Not a good play.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10.
3 buzz. Hey, watch it.
Rodgers throwing quickly out to Adams. No gain on the play there. It'll be 2nd down. If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up 2nd down. Touchdown, Packers! Jay Sternberger, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further.
That's almost just not right. You cover everybody, but those tight ends, they can be awfully reliable.
Very reliable. The defense just has to hate those guys.
Just drives them crazy because oftentimes you can't match up with them. They have you either with size, speed, or maybe even just strength.
So now Rodgers will lead the Packers up to go for 2.
Right. He's tight right here. He's tight on the right.
Again, they'll throw with Rodgers. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. Tough there. Good pass. Hit the hands. He just couldn't bring it in.
And every receiver's coach everywhere. Seeing that play, focus. Watch it all the way in and tuck it away.
And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. The Lions offense heading out as we give you a look at the playoff race coming into the weekend in the NFC. And it's all come down to this, hasn't it? Final week of the regular season. As this year's playoffs play out anything like the regular season has gone, could be in for a wild and fun month of January.
And we can break the rules because we can look ahead. All right, there's not a coach out there that's ever said to their team, all right, let's look three weeks down the road. It's always right here, right now. Forget that. Think about what the playoffs are going to look like. The teams that we see that are already in, the teams that are trying to get in, we could have some great matchups.
Face mask. Defense.
So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it, that's going to be 15 yards.
Stafford on first down. Open man is Galladay, complete. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. It's a gain of 10 for the Lions and a first down. On 1st and 10, Stafford. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. They were looking to throw, holding on the big right tackle.
That's real simple, partner. Keep your hands inside in the chest area. You're probably okay. You get it out on the shoulders, get them wide. Usually going to pick up a holding call.
And now here's a deep shot that's complete. Give them 32 on the play.
They're still looking for their first touchdown of the game, and for a second, I thought they had it right there.
Looking on the sideline, it's finally good to see nods of approval. It's a welcome sign of life that this offense needed. So after the big play, look at this, all the way down at the 15 now on 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. This gain not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Now it's Stafford. And he's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown. A 5-yard touchdown. As they're now just an extra point away from getting back within 1 score. And a play fake down near the goal line here worked out well.
Anytime you can make them think that you're going to run the ball and go to that play action pass, you see the end result. Usually a touchdown.
Is that harder? Is the play fake harder to defend for the defense near the goal line or no? Because there's not as much room to work with?
It is harder because down near the goal line, you're thinking much more of a running play, especially if people run out big formations. So it is harder to defend.
They had to go to the monitor, get an extra look. That's what the technology is for, and this touchdown will count. Extra point up and good by Tavecchio, as this gets them back within a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. 5 plays there on that drive, and it's capped off by a touchdown for the Lions. This will be taken in at the 1. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. Now come the Packers for their next drive as we take a look at the playoff race in the NFC coming into the weekend. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a 1-score game, and you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete. Throwing is Rodgers. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. It's a gain of 16 and a first down for the green and gold. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. To throw, it's Rodgers. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down. So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. Here's Rodgers to throw. Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Rodgers to throw once more. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he gets this only to the 41. Not near enough for the first. Only 2 on the screen pass there, and it'll be 4th down. I hate to surrender the football when you're nursing a slim lead, but they're going to have to punt it away. Trust that defense.
It's the right play at this stage of the game as well. You don't need to press it here because you do have that little bit of a cushion, and you count on your D to make it stand up.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
11 yards there and a Lion first down.
Hey, 50 to Mike, 50 to Mike.
On first down, Stafford here. And this one complete to Smith. We've got a one-score game with inside of 2 minutes remaining. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. They come up on a second down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down to the wire. Stafford delivers this to Hockenson. 60 catches for him now on the year. This last one, a first down. First down now, but the clock continues to move. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll take this forward for 2, maybe 3. But we do have a flag down, and they're already marching backward. They'll wind up losing a full 10 yards on the play. So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. On the delay, it's Balaj. 9 big yards on the carry there, and it'll be second down. Stafford barking out signals and trying to get his guys set quickly. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. After the sack, Stafford and the Lions come up on a 3rd and long situation. Back to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Here we go on 4th. Stafford. And that is incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Packers are going to get the football back in excellent field position. So now let's reset here, Charles. They do have 2 timeouts left, so they can stop the clock twice. This one's not quite over yet.
No, and what you're doing on defense, you're going to use both timeouts, obviously. But you've got to call defenses that are going to force the issue early, meaning you want that play over fast. You don't want to give them time to dance around in the backfield or run a wide sweep that'll take off time. Blitz them, put pressure on them, make sure that play ends quickly so that you can go ahead and keep moving.
The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in the 4th. And they will take a knee here. And the Lions quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds left to play.
Even. 4 down. Even.
And they take a knee.
Yeah, it's fun to kneel down in front of your home crowd, but when you go on the road, that band of brothers attitude, right, just us against the world, and get it done, how happy are they?
I remember a coach at a previous stop telling me, you get a win on the road, doesn't matter the opponent, get out of there like you stole something, and they did in this one. So it's all over. A Green Bay victory, and you look back over the score sheet, interesting. A very clean game, no turnovers by either side.
An absolute rarity when we watch games now because defenses have put such an emphasis on taking the ball away. Well, what we saw here was offenses spending their time saying, look, you know they're coming for it. Ball security is paramount. So they worked on that, not just a week of practice, but I'm sure all during training camp. Make sure when you have it, tuck it away because danger lurks everywhere you turn.
So for Green Bay, the win means they'll finish in double digits at 10-6. And that is maybe not exactly what they were hoping for, but a better-than-average season nonetheless. Meanwhile, for the Lions, it'll be a 10-loss season as they wrap up 6-10. And I think you have to say, ultimately, this was a team that really underachieved. And for Charlie,